but this seemed like the perfect opportunity for me to try to record something and give you guys a little bit of story time. So I have not talked about my experience with IVF since I basically had it. So I'm going to reflect on my situation when it came to IVF, like why exactly did I do it and how was it when I did it. Okay? Alright. Ready? Alright. Don't get offended because I'm not looking directly at you guys, I'm looking at the road. But listen. Alright, so IVF came about because I have 4 children from a previous relationship, and I got with someone and we had a relationship, and I thought this relationship was going to be like one of those type of relationships that was true, and you know, we were going to be together forever and all that other, you know, romantical stuff. And we decided that we wanted to try to have a baby together, so we would have a, you know, joint baby. Well, after trying for years and years and years, because we was together for 7 years, so no, I'm not with this person anymore. We'll get to that point. So after trying for a few years, we decided to get some tests done and see what was going on, whether it was me, him, or whatever. So I got some tests done, and it comes to find out I had to get a surgery done, and the surgery that I got done was, I can't pronounce the correct, like it's like a hysterotopical or topicy or something like that. So basically it was like an exploratory surgery of my reproductive organs. So they did the surgery, came back that from a previous surgery, which was from my prolapsed uterus. I think I'm doing this in such bad order, but I had a prolapsed uterus in 2012. Still have a prolapse, but we tried to repair it some in 2012. So with that surgery that I had in 2012 for the prolapsed uterus, and I'm going to tell you what that is. The prolapsed uterus is when continuous strain from childbearing and things like that take a toll on your body as a female, and your organs drop. So my uterus sits a lot lower than it's supposed to in my abdomen. So it's called a prolapsed uterus. So anyway, back to 2012. So we get this. I got this surgery in 2012 to try to repair the prolapse. So my doctor sewed basically my uterus to my inner skin or inner whatever. So we didn't have to use mesh, because back then it was like this big thing about people use mesh, and it was, you know, causing a whole bunch of different issues in people. So we didn't use mesh, we just used the stitching. Well, with getting the exploratory surgery, it found that I had a lot of scar tissue, which now I had endometriosis, which was causing me not to be able to get pregnant. On top of that, one of my fallopian tubes was on my gallbladder, and then the other one was just kind of like hanging out somewhere in my abdomen. It wasn't actually going to my uterus like it was supposed to. So like, whereas we go up, we go out, fallopian tubes go up to the ovaries, mine was everywhere but to the ovaries. So I wasn't able to do different types of... Alright, so I'm back. So like I said, with the fallopian tubes, they're supposed to go out to the ovaries. Mine was going everywhere but where it was supposed to go. So they corrected that. So once they corrected that, they suggested that we get an IUI, because, you know, IVF is expensive and it involves needles and all this other stuff. So I did around the IUI, that didn't work. So because of me going through all the different studies and surgeries and all that through my insurance, they decided that they would pay for a round of IVF. I still had a humongous copay. I'm not going to say humongous, but I'm just going to say it's not small. I still could owe a lot more, but, you know, whatever. So I did a round of IVF. The first fresh transfer didn't take. So then we waited a cycle, and then the following cycle after that, we tried again, but this particular time, this was the frozen transfer because he had to thaw the egg out and then do it again. We didn't have the money to pay to get the gender testing. I would have loved to do that because I have so many boys. I would have loved to have a girl, but we didn't do that. So, but the frozen transfer worked. If you look back in my videos, you'll see I do have like the process that I took. The medications, the needles, all that stuff is back in my videos. So if you're interested in actually watching it while I was doing it, you can go back in my videos and check it out. So after doing all this and having my baby, which was Mason, a year later, Malachi popped up. So that was like really unexpected because I thought with all the issues I was having that the pregnancy was kind of based off of me only having the option to do the IVF again, do the frozen transfer, instead of being able to actually go natural. But, you know, the Lord said otherwise, and Malachi came. The experience with IVF in itself was very nerve-wracking, and it was just with the needles. I was very uncomfortable with them at first, and I was nervous, but I wound up getting a tad bit more comfortable with them once I was done. Not once I was done, but as I was going on and on with the process, the needles, you know, I came more comfortable with the needles. The one needle that I would never be comfortable with is the prednisone shots, because those have to be done out of an 18 gauge needle into a intramuscular vein, which means the buttocks, and those things hurt because it was like you were injecting oil through a needle, and it was thick and it hurt like crazy, but I did it. I don't regret ever going through the process of IVF. I thought it was very informational. It tapped into a different side that, you know, of infertility that I didn't know much about at the time. I had some of my own issues, but they were never like completely infertility. I was always high risk and things like that. So this actually just put things in a different perspective. If you know, I like have a very emotional tie to women who can't have children and have to go this route, and it's really emotional, and it's an up and down roller coaster, and it just takes a lot, and it puts a lot on your body and your emotions, because you never know what the outcome's going to be and how it's going to make you feel going through the process. You might, you know, think something is going in the right direction, then all of a sudden it seems to be going into a negative. So my worst part of the whole experience is that I put my body through a lot of things, and unfortunately I did it for someone who didn't feel like it was as important to him as it was to me in the end. You live and you learn, you grow, and you just keep moving forward with life. My kids are here. I can't turn back the hands of time. I can't send them back. Definitely can't do that. So we just keep moving one day at a time. But overall, it's a lot. It's just a lot. It's a lot. And I think I, you know, should have expressed a lot more of it back then, and it's just me going through my own emotions and my own issues. I was not comfortable with sharing deeply into my personal with a lot of the YouTube world, and I am slowly realizing, you know, that sometimes you actually have to let people in and let people know if you're going to be on this circuit, and not so much to think about the close people to you and what they think and what they're going to say if you put this on there, or what they're going to think if you put this on there. They'd be like, oh, you know, like family, oh, I didn't know, know you were going through that, or I didn't know these emotions was happening, you didn't say anything. And here I am putting it out to the YouTube world. I honestly felt like the IVF community was so much more supportive than my own biological back door. So I did put some there. I think that's it. I just wanted to give a quick story on how the process was and what I was going through with it. There's a few more things that I'll address on this channel now with story times. I'm trying to get a little more comfortable with that. I honestly thought they were things that people would not give a dang on to hear. But people were telling me, no, talk about it. So that's what I'm going to try to do. But if you made it through the whole video, thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the video on Raise and Rage Tribe. Don't forget to tap into my social medias. I have Instagram and Facebook. And I also have a blog, which is www.raiseandragetribe.com. So I would be glad to see you guys on any of those. So, thanks for watching.